Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video we're going to implement the importing capabilities of our program. So let's get right into that, and the first thing I want to do is to implement the function for browsing for files instead of browsing for folders, which is what we've done in the other function. Let's call it browse files. Okay, and if a file is selected, we're going to populate the proper line. Okay. Now we want to bind that. And now we can start and implement the import function, which is going to be quite simpler compared to the export one. I'm going to start with a base URL, as always. And headers, make sure the content type is zip and not JSON. And now we have to also specify parameters, which are going to tell QRadar exactly what to do with the imported file, because you can store it, you can install it, you can delete it. So we want to install. And overwrite is going to tell QRadar to overwrite any custom properties that the rule is coming with. So if you have in your deployment custom properties that are also used in the imported rules, so QRadar is going to import them. I usually leave that to true because all of my parsings are attached to the outputted rules. But if you have a problem with that, then you need to make sure that you set that to false so that it doesn't overwrite anything that you might need. And now let's open the zip file that we created last video. Okay, and now we can shoot the request. And the API endpoint is going to be extension management. And we're going to store the app ID from the response so that we can check the status of it. And now we're going to make a post request to actually install the extension or the zip file. And we're also going to save the response of that request. And we're gonna grab the status location. And then we're going to get the status before we check it in a loop. So as long as the status is not completed, we want to keep getting the status. And then we can show a message box saying that everything is done. Okay, now we want to bind very nice. So now it should work out. So let's fill the sec token and the URL. And if you remember in the last video, there was a test rule here, which we exported and then I deleted it manually. And now we're going to import it. And as you can see, there is no test rule. It's empty here. And now we can import it. Okay, and it seems like there's a problem in the version. Okay, let's see if I can just delete it. I don't think it's really that necessary anyway. Okay. So as you can see, we get the status of the extension uploaded with a certain ID. And once we get that ID and we check the status of it in the designated API in this part. So until it is completed, it's going to keep checking. And once it's completed, we basically show a message box saying it's done. And if we refresh here, we're going to see our rule is magically appeared. And that's a big progress. So basically now we went over how to export and import rules from the API, which is the basis of detection as code. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how we can integrate GitHub. And we're basically going to tie everything up together. And that's hopefully going to serve you all with a good base for detection as code in QRadar. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.